Hey there, everybody. So, today I want to have a bit of a discussion to my all-American, quote-unquote, friends who are commenting in my replies with comments like, when normies see a harmless cartoon frog being beaten up or peppered spray or shot, it's more clear and obvious how brutal and unjust ICE's behavior is. Or, let me find the other one. Where is it? Ah, here. Bro, it's 'cause it's not enough to give money after the deaths are already distributed. ICE obviously doesn't care whether or not civilians are a threat, so the least we can do is meme on their deranged actions with a literal costume. It doesn't guarantee safety, but presents the optical nightmare that they should have to deal with. Okay, so first off, I want to just say, the fucking dancing frogs in Portland is basically a distraction from all things happening in Minneapolis, and you should fucking feel ashamed for yourselves for distracting from actual, like, material activity that is happening in Minneapolis right now. All eyes should be on Minneapolis because ICE has gone as far as to murder people out in the open who are citizens with, like, doing nothing other than, essentially, like, questioning their presence in their communities and shit like that. And these deaths are so unacceptable, so beyond, like, even the average American consciousness of what is okay. And you're seriously gonna promote your fucking dancing frogs while this is going on? Okay, so let me explain something to people in the audience. From everything that I understand, Brooks is all American, right? He doesn't understand immigration. Sunday is a Canadian. He's a loser. He doesn't understand immigration, right? But I understand immigration in the United States from a personal perspective because my dad is an immigrant and my brother is an immigrant. They're actually immigrants. They have green cards. And because of this, I have been exposed to the immigration system my whole life, right? And mind you, I'm a citizen. I was born here. I'm not dealing with the same things that my father and my brother may have to deal with. Now, I don't agree with my brother and father on many things. I don't even talk to them anymore, right? They're basically conservative libertarians. But I want to share a story about what happened to my brother to make very clear that these kind of comments just reveal a lot more about how invalid and unserious you all are to actual people who are actually, like, related to immigrants, right? So, my brother, about 15 years ago, was straight up kidnapped by immigration authorities. I think that's the best way to describe it. He was kidnapped by immigration authorities in front of his family. I think it was in the middle of the day. It may have been in the middle of the night. I don't remember, but I think it was in the middle of the day. It was a big drama. They kidnapped him. No explanation. Nothing. They don't tell you shit, right? And he was in a jail cell for 3 fucking weeks, right? And you want to know why they put him there? Okay, are you ready for this? Okay, so from all the information that I've been able to gather, I obviously don't have access to all the documents, so I can't be sure. But from what I understand, what happened was he applied for citizenship, and when they were going and doing all the checks for whether or not you're allowed to be a citizen, they discovered that there was a paperwork issue, right? So when you're in the United States and you change your address and you're an immigrant, you're supposed to report that change of address within 14 days of that move. Now, my brother was trying to flee my incredibly abusive family, so he did not want to report where he was going for a while, right? For his own safety. And as a result of this, when he applied for citizenship years later, they detained him for almost a month. And they threatened him with deportation for over a decade. A decade! They literally never closed that issue. They never like, put it together. Like, when I found out about this was almost 8 years after it had happened, and they still were threatening him with threats of deportation. So imagine, having a house, having commitments, having a job, having an entire rooted life, right? And having the constant threat of deportation on your ass for 10 years because you tried to do the right thing and become a citizen of the United States, and because of a fucking document clerical Kafka-esque issue, you are threatened with deportation for an entire decade. Right? This is the average immigrant experience. I want fucking white-oid fucking American Mayflower bitch asses to get through their fucking head that that's what it's like to be an immigrant in America. And I'm fucking white. Okay? Now imagine all of that shit with not being white on top of it. Alright? Nobody gives a fuck about your stupid dancing frogs, okay? People are being murdered in Minnie. People are fucking, organizing mass actual protests, right? You go and bitch about, well, what am I supposed to do? Throw money around? If that's all you can imagine, you're part of the problem. Shut the fuck up. You're the liberal.